And we are back here at it. Rush Limbaugh, having more fun than a human being should be allowed to have. Serving humanity with half my brain tied behind my back just to make it fair. Because we are interested in fairness here and equality and all of that. 800-282-2882 if you want to be on the program. Certainly you'll love this email. I got an email during the break. I checked emails during the break. That's why I give the email address out, because I check them. But, folks, it's impossible. I had to get a spam filter because we get, I don't know, something like 5,000 spam emails just during the program. And weeding through all those, there's just tons and tons of emails. It's impossible to read them all. But I subject line scan, and then who knows what it was that causes me to stop on one and open it and read it. But I do it when I have time during the breaks. And I just read one. You know, Rush, I'm paraphrasing. I didn't print it out. I don't have it right in front of me. I'm just giving it the juxtaposition of it, or the thrust of it. There's nothing, it seems like, you don't know. Is all you do study? Do you do anything else? To know what you know and to be as up to speed on things as you are, I can't imagine you have time to do anything else. Is all you do is read and study? No. I actually do quite a lot. You know what I did yesterday when I got home? Yesterday, Apple dropped system upgrades for everything. Apple TV, iOS devices. Did you know this? Well, the Macintosh, the computers, the iPads, iPhones, iPod Touches, Apple TV, Watch. So when I got home yesterday, I upgraded the 3 phones and the 2 iPads during the program yesterday. And I still had 2 iPads to go when I got home. I upgraded the home computer from here during the program. I upgraded this computer after the program. I upgraded my laptop when I got home. I upgraded 3 watches starting at 6:30 last night. And then I found out that in iOS 9.2, if you have AT&T, if your carrier is AT&T, they just turned on a fascinating feature called Number Sync. And it's part of Wi-Fi calling. You have to have iOS 9.2. You have to live in an area where AT&T offers Wi-Fi calling. Now, what that is, if you live in an area with a very weak cell signal, your call will be answered or made on your Wi-Fi network with exceptional quality, something like FaceTime audio or VoIP. And they added this Number Sync to it, and Number Sync is very simple. What Number Sync is, it allows Wi-Fi calls to be made and received on your Mac, on your iPads, on your iPod Touches, with your phone turned off. Your phone could be lost. Your phone could be in another room. It's not tethered to the phone. It's brand new. So I read this. I said, wow, this is cool. So I went to the settings for the phone to turn on this feature, and it wasn't listed. It's Wi-Fi calling. You have to go. That's the Wi-Fi calling section of the phone settings. But it wasn't there. So I read further, and I found out that the blogs were all saying that Number Sync wasn't going to be turned on until the first part of next year. But then I found other blogs saying, no, it's active now. Users are reporting it. Well, I didn't have it. So I said, well, what the heck? How can I find out how to activate this? While I'm doing that, I got an alert on my phone. It was an alert for a carrier settings update. Do you know what that is? That's when your carrier, in this case mine's AT&T, said, okay, there's settings that we need to upgrade on your phone. Do you want to do it or not? Well, I always want to do it. Any upgrade, I hit install it. It took less than a second, and they put Number Sync on my phone yesterday, on my primary phone. So I then set about hooking that up. You can do it for 5 devices. So I did my laptop, 2 iPads, and one of my desktop Macs. 5 devices all set up to do this. And then I tested it, and it works. You can make a phone call with your telephone turned off on your Mac, your iPad. I don't have an iPod Touch, but if I did, you could. But I have a backup phone, AT&T, and it didn't receive a carrier settings update alert. So I said, how can I trigger it for the second phone? And I kept checking it all night long, and the carrier settings alert for the second phone did not come in. So I said, maybe I can trigger it with iTunes. So I plugged in to iTunes here this morning, my secondary AT&T phone. Bam-o, there it was. Soon as I plugged in, there was the alert to upgrade and install the carrier settings upgrade, and I did it and turned it on. And they're rolling it out. I think it's going to take them some time to do it. But my point in telling you this is that most people, I am sure, none of this is in the release notes for 9.2. If you don't read the blogs or take time to study this stuff, you'll never know this feature exists unless you spend time in the AT&T blog, and I don't know how many people do that. So my point in telling you this, if you installed 9.2 yesterday, and if you have an AT&T phone, keep a sharp eye for an alert. It's just the white. It's not a banner alert. It's an actual little badge on the home screen wherever you are on the phone when it comes in. It says carrier settings update. And don't let it scare you. Whatever it is, just hit install it or yes or whatever, and then go to settings/phone/Wi-Fi calling if it's available in your area, and it should be. And then you'll see it underneath that. But you have to have Wi-Fi calling in your area, and you have to have that turned on before number sync will work. Now, all of this is kind of crazy because I don't use the phone. But it's just, to me, it's a fascinating bit of tech. And this is not much to do with the Apple continuity and extensibility features. This is strictly an AT&T feature. That you can actually use a Wi-Fi network that you're on your Mac or your iPad to make a phone call or answer one on your primary phone number with the phone doesn't even have to be on or in range, or the phone could be lost, in fact, and this would work. So they found a way to get your cell signal over Wi-Fi, which expands the quality of the call and all that. So I tested it, and it did work. So yeah, I got all kinds of time to do stuff besides study. See, you got your carrier settings. See, plugged it into iTunes, and bam, there was your carrier setting alert, and you installed it. And I'll show you after the program how to do it. Have you set up Wi-Fi calling? All right, cool. There you go. It's easy. It just takes some time. One of the things with Wi-Fi calling, you have to put in an address, because if you dial 911 on a Wi-Fi call, your location is not registered. So you people afraid of the NSA, this is right up your alley. They can't tell where you're calling from if you make a Wi-Fi call. So if you call 911, if you got an emergency, dial 911 using Wi-Fi, they don't know where you are. That's why you have to register an address. Strictly for emergency services purposes. And so you put in your home address or wherever you are most of the day. It can't be a P.O. box. It's got to be an next street address. And then you're off and running. You set it up, and you have your iPad with you, Brian? Well, when you go home tonight, just turn your iPad on and put your phone next to it, and it won't be long before you'll get an alert on the iPad with a 4-digit code to authorize. And if that doesn't happen, go to the FaceTime app. That's how you do it on your Mac. It all runs through FaceTime. So go to FaceTime on your Mac or on your iPad, and that will trigger the way you can activate that device from your phone. Okay? So, yeah, I got all kinds of time to do stuff besides study. But you see, folks, none of it. I love doing it all, and it's. They always say if you love what you do, it didn't work. And staying up to speed on stuff is. I love doing that anyway. And my process now is simply information gathering. I'm not in the process of learning things. I mean, don't take that the wrong way. I'm constantly learning, but the point of studying is not to learn things. I've got the basic foundation in my existence, my beliefs, my principles, and all that. So what I'm doing is just information gathering, and then I have an organized system where I can recall it if I need to on a moment's notice. That's not flawless, but it works for me.